And personally, myself and my colleague that were working together then, Reverend Dr. Lucas Njenga, we were co-opted into Scottish Churches Racial Justice Group some years back, and we became members of that group, which exposed us more into the wider ecumenical body in Scotland. And seeing the interest and the willingness on the part of the established church body to engage with the emerging churches and ministries in Scotland, then we began to identify a need, that there is willingness, mutual willingness on both parts, but there was no platform to come together to kickstart this relationship. And we felt that we find ourselves in the position. I do tell people that I see myself as a door that sees both sides, knows what's happening on both sides. So if anything is going to happen that will bring about a relationship, it should be people like us who can see, who are privileged to be privy to what's obtaining on both sides. And we took this to be a burden that God is saying something to us. Especially among Africans, the belief was that not everybody, not all of them, but some believe that the way they see ecumenical relations is that if we come together and I begin to subscribe to the ideals and the ethos of whatever group that you represent, that means I'm submitting my autonomy to you. But everybody wants to be a boss in his or her own right, until people have to be, enlightened. That's it. It's more than that. When we come together, we become more powerful. We become more influential. Then there will be a hub of ideas that we can share in order to achieve much more than we can do. Challenges are there though, but the willingness to work together. Every time I see the way the ecumenical body and the church body as a whole talks with excitement about the emergence of MECTIS, it gives me joy and it gives me hope that there is future for the church in Scotland. When I first came to Scotland, I was not well tutored about what to find on ground. All I'd heard about Scotland was the great missionaries who went to different parts of the world to, take the message of the gospel. So when I was coming, I was full of expectation. So just saying to myself, I'm going to the cradle of Christianity where I will find everything. But coming over here, and I found that, especially the young generation, the young ones, they don't really have a kind of interest or anything, passion for going to church or serving God. And that really shocked me to my marrow. So I think with the new development, the new paradigm of churches growing, ethnic minority Christian communities growing in Scotland, and also as the youth, they are global minded. So the influence tends to be more positive than negative on the long run. So the church body in Scotland has come a long way. It's been a long, and so they have seen it all. The bends, the twists, the corners, the valley, and what have you. And whereas some of the emerging churches are just finding themselves where the church here have been several centuries ago, so they can learn from the wealth of experience of the church in Scotland. You know what I mean? So that, and also the church is more than, Christianity is more than just preaching on Sunday to people, but taking care of the total life of the Christian. And the church here have got the resources and the facility to do that, which the emerging churches could benefit from. Take, for instance, something as simple as parenting. Many of the emerging churches or Christian, emerging ethnic minority Christians, they have come from different parts of the world, struggling with something as like the weather, struggling with the culture, struggling with bringing up children in the way of the Lord, in a kind of morally decadent generation that we have found ourselves. It could be a big struggle, and they may want to do it the right way, but they don't know how to do it the right way. So, partnering with the established church community could help to say we have got facility for that. For instance, in my former ministry where I was, we discovered this problem, and because we were in the Episcopal Church, so we spoke to the diocese, and they did not hesitate to link up with the Mothers Union, who gave us, resource persons to come and speak to the African Asian parents who are struggling with, parenting. And we organized that, and people benefited immensely from that. And the feedback was so, impressive. So something as simple as that, so we can benefit from each other in a way.